Hey y'all, welcome to one of my first official, I guess, videos. I'm going to be showing you what I was able to market prep during the month of March. Specifically, I signed up for a craft fair that's happening on June 7th or 8th, rain date, and this is my first ever craft fair. It is a small local fair, so there's going to be a craft vendor section, but there's also going to be rides and other things that hopefully will help attract a crowd because small towns could be hit or miss in my opinion. But again, this is my first fair, so we're going to find out. But just a little bit of backstory. I'm going to be doing this craft fair with my dad. Actually, he does paintings and woodworking, so we're gonna have a table that's gonna have some paintings, some hand-painted saws. There's gonna be little kid wooden puzzles. He's making scarecrow boards, which are something he made my mom a long time ago and she absolutely loves, puts out every year, so he's making some more of those. And then I have an assortment of crochet stuff. I have some stuffies, I have some bags. I'm gonna probably make a couple more bags. I plan to make kind of some more practical things because I love stuffies, but I also love things that can be used and sustainable in everyday society. So I have my bag right over here next to me of everything I crocheted during March. I'm just going to show you maybe one or two variations of things that I've done a lot of different colors of, just to kind of keep the video short-ish. So welcome to my channel, and I hope that you enjoy. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and there's going to be more content coming like this. I might be doing some tutorials. I am currently in the pattern testing stage of a pattern that I wrote. So I'm gonna make a video about that, specifically the backstory of why that specific pattern, and that's probably also gonna be my backstory of how I started crocheting back in August or September of 2023. So join me, welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. So I was able to find only free patterns during the month of March. I'm just at the beginning of my crochet journey, and while I love supporting and buying from other creators, I currently just don't have the funds to do so. So every pattern I'm going to show you is a free pattern. I will try to link them all in the description. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who a lot of the artists are, so I will go and I will try to edit them in. If I cannot edit them in, they will be in the description. This is the first ever video I'm going to try editing on, really, so bear with me there. One of the very first things I made during the month of March is this kiwi market bag. It is a mesh bag in the shape of a kiwi. It folds inside of itself, so you can see the actual bag itself is this adorable little mesh bag. You can just open it up, put some fruits and vegetables in there if you go to farmers markets. The bottom's not open, don't worry, it is closed down here. But when you fold it in itself, you fold it in like this. This pattern took me a little over, probably about 4 hours to finish, and that's because I started it during one of my classes and had to focus on class, and I had to finish the next day. But overall, this pattern is pretty, I'd say, intermediate beginner. It's fairly simple. You work in the round here, there's a little bit of sewing, but generally it's a pretty easy pattern. One of the next things I made is actually this little bag. It's a gift bag with a drawstring so you can close it. It is, in fact, a snowflake. It is a Christmas pattern that I just happened to find after Christmas season. But that's okay. You know, Christmas in July happens, and hopefully people might appreciate this. I only made one of these. I don't know if I'm going to make any more or not. I might, if I go to a fall or even winter fair, make these, but I just don't think it makes sense to make more of these right now going to a summer fair. I've made a few different coaster variations. So I have this lovely swirl coaster, which I think my tension was a little bit too loose on these, but I'm going to make 2 more of them, I think, to make a complete set of 4. I don't have prices necessarily for any of these yet. I'm going to be doing a lot of investigating of what other people price things at, but generally I think coasters I might sell a set of 4 for like $5, maybe like $7 or $10. I'm not quite sure yet. This is the next coaster I made. It is a paw print. I have 2 of these as well currently. I need to make 2 more, but these are ones that I found patterns for, absolutely loved, and then got distracted with another pattern. I do have 2 full sets of rainbow simple coasters. These ones are just kind of made with cotton yarns, and you can kind of see the pattern there. You do back loop only, double crochets. So I have 2 sets of these. Next, I have these adorable little jellyfish keychains. I'm obsessed with sea creatures. You're probably gonna notice this going forward, but I love sea life, and so I made a couple keychains. I have a little purple one. I believe I have another little purple one in here somewhere, but this is a pretty big bag. Up next, I currently only have one of these, but I plan on making some more. I have a little penguin. This is using worsted weight acrylic yarn, and it is absolutely adorable. I am obsessed with this pattern. It would look really good in blanket yarn too. I just didn't have blanket yarn when I made it. I actually only went out and bought blanket yarn recently to start kind of making some more stuffies. Okay, up next we actually have a bag, technically 2 bags. So I have this bag. It is the Alenza bag, I believe, and it consists of 3 granny squares and a handle, and it is like a perfect market tote. You can kind of see, like, it could be a crossbody bag, it could just sit on your shoulder, you can carry it around like this. So I have one in purple, and I have one in this blue color. So I have 2 of those right now. I plan on, I think, making some more of these. These are pretty quick. They take me up 2.5 to 3 hours generally. Up next, I have a tiny turtle. This pattern was a free pattern on Instagram, and it is absolutely adorable. I finished this in probably 30 minutes last night during class, and I definitely plan on making more of those because that's just absolutely adorable. I love everything about it. Here's another little keychain that I showed you earlier. Okay, and here, this pattern I know by heart now. This is a free pattern by the Friendly Red Fox, and it is a sea turtle pattern. Specifically, this one is without safety eyes. It's going to be for my 1-year-old niece. Her birthday is coming up this month. I am obsessed with these. I have made the big ones, the baby ones, I have made them in multiple colors. So I have this purple and pink one. I have another purple and pink one with safety eyes. I have this like green with, I guess this is like a tealy green one. And then I have some baby ones. So you get, this one is like the opposite of the one I just showed you. And it's little baby. You can see the size difference in them, but these are absolutely adorable. I think I'm going to list the bigger ones for 15 and maybe these smaller ones for 10. And then you can see the difference between these two size-wise. I think these ones might be 5. So I made those in a lot of different colors. I made a pair of baby booties. They're a little bit big because I just only had so much yarn left over and I didn't exactly know what I wanted to make with it, so I made some baby booties. There's a second one too. I made one single leggy froggy so far. I'm gonna be making more. I just I don't like the yarn that I'm working with here. It is kind of rough. It's not soft, and it doesn't feel great on the hands when you're using it. So I will be making more. I just haven't yet. Up next, I have a pocket pig with this adorable little tail attached. And this pattern is also one that was off of, I believe, Pinterest, and took me 30 to 45 minutes to make. So this is pretty market prep friendly, in my opinion. It is very low sew. The only thing you're sewing on is the nose. Up next, we have this little baby ghost that I'm going to put a keychain on. I just haven't yet, but I love ghosts. Similar to that, I have some octos. So these are 2 different kinds of blanket yarn. This is a loops and threads yarn, and this is Bernat blanket, specifically the old formula that I don't really like. They made a much softer formula of Bernat blanket, thankfully, but this one was bought a while ago, and you can just see the size difference of these two. Up next, I have another octo. This one is with acrylic yarn. He's got a little smile. You can see the tentacles all curl. This pattern, I believe, also came from Pinterest, and it is absolutely adorable. This one did not come out the way I thought it would. So this is a dinosaur, and I think I might have to edit it and give it some hands because it doesn't look like a dinosaur to me, personally. But I think I might edit this pattern myself a little bit. This is another Pinterest pattern. I think it was still in the dino, but I will put it in the description. Up next, I have this little baby rhino pattern, which is absolutely precious. Look at how little this guy is. This is another one that I might put on a keychain, or if I do mystery pouches, I might make tiny things like this to put in them. I think that might be what I go with. Make some mystery boxes and put little things like this in there. We have these adorable chickens, also a Pinterest pattern. I am obsessed with these right now. I have made 7 of these in the last 2 days alone. I started making them in March, continued into April. I have the yarn over there right now, working on more of these. I plan on making these until the white yarn I have runs out, and then I'll probably buy some more for another project, but absolutely obsessed with these. I'm also going to a fair to Farmtown, so that chicken felt pretty fitting. I think I'm going to try to find a cow pattern and make a couple of those too, because as I just said, I'm going to a fair in a fall Farmtown, so I think that would be appropriate. Up next, we have a tote bag. This is a sunflower granny square tote, and I am obsessed with this bag. My business name is Sunflower Stitches Society. I will in another video a little bit explain more about this, but my best friend loved sunflowers, and so I make a lot of sunflower stuff for her. I have this little frog, which again uses the yarn that I'm not a huge fan of. It is one of the Hobby Lobby yarns, the blanket yarns. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the name of it, but I will put it in the description, I guess. But this pattern is adorable. Got little bobble stitches for legs and the little eyes, and I don't know, he's pretty cute. I believe that's all I have in here right now. Yeah, so I have a couple more of these little turtles in different colors. I have probably about 10 of these turtles so far. These are actually up on my Etsy shop, so I'm gonna end up making more, but they can also be made to order if you like certain color combinations. And the last thing I have in this bag is one thing that I finished this month, but probably not going to bring to the craft fair. I finished my 6-day star blanket. So this blanket was done in technically 7 days, and it is with Caron cakes, specifically the Caron baby cakes. Some of the softest yarn I've worked with in a while that's not blanket yarn specifically, and I love the colors of it. I don't know if I'm going to bring this to the market or not at this point. I have a lot of cousins that are having babies, and having baby blankets ready is always a really good idea. So that's the other thing in this bag. So yeah, that was my March haul. Again, I'll put all the patterns in the description, and I plan on finding some more patterns to work with and prep. I think I'm gonna make a couple more bags. Actually, I want to try making my own pattern-ish for a granny square bag, so I think I'm gonna make my own granny square pattern, but utilize like a bag sewing technique from other ones, and specifically make it like 4th of July themed. I think I'm gonna have some red, white, and blue stuff, because being from the United States and the market being in June, a lot of people are gonna be prepping for the 4th of July, and I, again, am in a small farm town where there's a lot of pride and a lot of patriotism, and I think something like that will help me sell pretty well, I hope. So yeah, that is it for now. Again, I'm gonna have some more videos coming up. I'm gonna make a video about my pattern, and specifically kind of the backstory of my pattern, why I've started crocheting, and that kind of stuff. I might start trying to do like a weekly or maybe a bi-weekly video, again, as time and capacity allows. I'm trying to grow my business, I'm trying to grow my channel, and I'm trying to grow my community. I am looking for ways to connect with crocheters, but also to connect with those who love the art of crochet and want to learn, and or want to purchase ready-made items for themselves, for their families, for their friends, anybody. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, If you have any patterns that you think I should check out for market prep, please drop them in the comments as well. My Instagram is Sunflower Stitch Society, and my TikTok is also Sunflower Stitch Society. My Etsy shop is Sunflower Stitch SOC, because Society was too long. All of those links, again, will be in the description. But please go follow me on Instagram or TikTok if you would like. And I hope everybody has a great day and find something to smile about today, because we're alive, we're here, and we're doing what we love. Thank you.